From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
12. Here we go. 11. Side.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Well, this defense for the Bills, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
12. Side.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. But you look at this defense. They're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And in order to improve their ranking and play the kind of game that they want, they've got to continue to make plays like the one we just saw there. Because if you stop these teams a few times along the way, maybe some frustration kicks in, and all of a sudden not only does your ranking improve, but your game performance does as well.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. The Bengals at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Just a yard up. There, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
11.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
12.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
11 MT, take 12.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 Thomas.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15.
Alert!
Off the play fake. Allen. And got his man complete. Still going inside the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A try here for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
On 2.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And he's got a Bengals first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. When you look at this Buffalo defense, this unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
And this game for them is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power to take the offensive linemen and run them back into their own backfield and try and create some lost yardage plays.
Here we go.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Burrow looking to pass. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
11.
He'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now a 2nd and 6. To the air, Allen. Throwing left side. He'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. Quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now stands at 13. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard line.
On 2, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
11, 11, 11, 11. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. Don.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Got a man. It's Brown. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks, and you give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back, and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
Here we go, here we go. Don.
They throw it out right complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Let's get set. Don.
Now it's Burrow. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and they're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
God.
$13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Bengals nothing.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here we go. 11, 11. MT. Shot.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Here we go. Shot.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
On 1, ready?
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
11 MT.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 12-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf. So he stopped for no gain, and that's going to bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
1-1, ready?
2nd and 10.
Let's get set. Eleven.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have cut it back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 13-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Five wide.
In motion comes the tight end left. Here's Allen to throw it. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Middle. Half 10.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Allen going to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Play action. Now it's Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Stokes. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Hey, home. We go.
Now Allen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. And again, it's Allen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Fine, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, run, pass.
11, Thomas.
Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big
11,
way
mighty.
is when you're
11,
doing
mighty.
the run-pass mix and everything's working. That means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
From the 34-yard line,
11,
here's a
MT,
2nd and 5.
12. 11. 11 MT. 11 MT. Twelve.
Now Burrow changing things up here.
Dot.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
11.
3rd down and 6.
11 Thomas. Twelve. Dot.
Now Burrow. And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here in this first half as he gets it away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 31-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
Hey, tight. Alert!
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. On play action, Allen. That is caught. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On play action, Allen. He finds his man, complete. It's Stokes. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. This is 2nd and 8. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Second down and 8. Allen off the play fake. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now is 2nd and 10. Here's Allen. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Bengals are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's got him in, complete. And all the way to the opposite 49-yard line. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down at a yard. This is Young on the carry. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Slot man moves right.
Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 27. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7. Allen going to fake the jet sweep and the handoff and look to throw.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
The Bills are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Look out!
Tap forward by Allen on the jet sweep.
And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. Here's the Bills kickoff unit out as they will send this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 8.
11 MT, 11 MT. Here we go, here we go.
Brown goes in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep, and he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Half 85, half 85. Monday.
To throw, it's Allen. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 23 yards the pickup there.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Alert!
Allen now looks to throw. Touchdown! A great effort there. 34 yards as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point forthcoming. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Bills 26, Bengals 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Bengals drive about to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. I think the defense surprised them there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Now it's Burrow.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory.
Here we go.
At the 43.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Burrow looking to pass.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to have it here just past the 25.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
First down, Bills.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's Young. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Throwing now is Allen.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Allen. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
The Bills send the punter out. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority.
On 2.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, A loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Marquise Brown, 58 yards. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did.
McPherson now for the extra point.
And they're able to cut the deficit to 12.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
56.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And he goes out right around the 39. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So the shotgun snap to Allen.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Allen. He sets to fire deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bills are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 11.
Here's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Burrow will throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
11 empty. Here we go.
Again, it's Burrow.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
11. Dot.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Here we go. Dot.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you what, one thing that you and I featured as a storyline